So, those who started the KickVic hashtag have a new hashtag. Fuck Vic. Now, why am I announcing this when you guys know I'm an advocate to stand with Vic? Hell, why would I even say fuck Vic, even if in context of what just has been revealed? Well, it makes me question, how far are these women gonna go till they get what they want? And what do women as vindictive, egomaniacal, and constantly trying to deflecting of the blame as they are wont? Simple. Power. Control. And the means to the ends of destroying mankind, destroying men, and the integrity of men. But then again, this is a trope found with all social justice warrior archetypes. In the PC spectrum. In the politically correct spectrum. But no more so is it apparent than with the brag about strong woman archetype. Now, in media, there are ways to do the strong female character archetype right. Cases in point, for example, you could say the 2017 Wonder Woman movie. Or even the recent Alita Battle Angel movie. Two female characters were basically fish out of water. They're in the form of fish out of water, and basically a battle-themed living effeminate female Pinocchio, respectively. The former having to deal with leaving behind a life of paradise on her home island to be thrown into and witnessing the horror of war and having to overcome it through her own wit, her strength, and resolve, while keeping firm to her beliefs and to the bonds she made over the course of the movie. While with the latter, I've never seen Alita Battle Angel, but it's essentially a young cyborg girl trying to find her place in a dystopian wasteland of a planet, even if it means having to use all her skills, wits, and cunning to fight to survive. These are the strong woman archetypes, in my opinion, that are done right. But most people the real women in the world today, on the other hand, prefer to go with how a strong woman is done, and try to imitate the archetype of a strong woman when it's done wrong. Case in point here, Daisy Ridley's Rey from the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. But for one who I initially assumed and would have been fine with if she had been Luke Skywalker's daughter, abandoned by her father to keep her safe from the First Order, but instead turns out to be the daughter of a couple of drunks who leave her on Jakku, who defend herself, which he does fairly well with, but has no knowledge of her connection to the Force, and yet can use it almost effortlessly. Excuse me. And over the course of 2 movies, more or less becomes the new linchpin to the Resistance after Luke has pretty much given up all hope. Now, personally, I don't blame Daisy for the way her character has played out thus far. I blame this on the writing. Specifically, The Last Jedi's director, Rian Johnson, for being an uber-feminine or super-feminist. And it was basically Rey, Rose, and whoever took over the Resistance during Leia's Mary Poppins coma state, though that was not on any fault of Carrie Fisher's, as she had died a year before, or The Last Jedi was set to be released in theaters. But for retcon, for basically destroying what, in the fan theory, and the general consensus idea of what Rey was supposed to be, and who she was supposed to be, which, while yes, it would have been lazy and would have been a coward's way out to make her Rey's daughter, I would have been the fan base, myself included, would have been more accepting of that instead of what we got in The Last Jedi. And for those wondering, no, I have not seen The Last Jedi, and after watching the Everything Wrong With It video by CinemaSins, I don't even want to watch it. And whatever they're going to call Episode 9, I'm not sure if I even want to watch it, even with J.J. Abrams back in the saddle. Either way, it's going to be a mountain for him to climb to rebuild what Rian Johnson destroyed in Episode 8. Brie Larson, on the other hand, oh yeah, I can blame her both on and off screen for how much of a train wreck Captain Marvel is. We already know she's going to be her character is the linchpin that's going to destroy Thanos, and that's going to defeat Thanos and bring everyone back come Endgame. In 3 weeks. That much is already set in stone. But the main problem is, her solo movie was a disaster. More so than the Ant-Man movies. More so than Thor Dark World. And even more so than Spider-Man Homecoming. Because the main character herself is abrasive. We are never... And here's another problem that The Last Jedi and Captain Marvel suffer from, that, in my opinion, Wonder Woman and Alita Battle Angel do not. Alita Battle Angel and Wonder Woman, though I've never seen Alita Battle Angel, did what most movies are meant to do. To show and tell. Show and tell of the struggles the main character has to overcome. And they do it almost effortlessly. Granted, there may be a few hiccups in Alita Battle Angel. On the other hand, with Force Awakens and Last Jedi, we are kind of shown on Rey's little struggles in Episode 7, but not much. We are, however, told of her latent power in the Force, and then by Episode 8, she's fully gotten a grasp of it, even though, with little to no training in Episode 7. With Marvel, on the other hand, we're pretty much told of how much of a good person she is when she doesn't even show it. This is a problem that has plagued many movies with overinflated egos. They tell us of how good of a character is, is in the struggles he or she has overcome, but they never show us the aforementioned struggles. In my opinion, women like Mars Girl, Jamie Marchi, Monica Rial, Jessica Pridemore, Dominique Sky, Renfamis, and Hannah, whatever her name was, the actual originator of the KickVic hashtag, they've told us what Vic put him through, but they're not going to give us the physical evidence, which is what makes it almost insanely impossible to believe or stand with them. And that's the truth. Women these days get the idea of being a strong woman from the wrong source in media, if you ask me. And as for now using the fuck Vic hashtag, I say this. Fuck it. As in, fuck the hashtag of fuck Vic. And for the women who are trying to push this hashtag, and I don't mean this in the sexual sense, I mean this in the throat kick him to the curb kind of sense. To quote a certain Bullet Club rogue general,